Welcome back, everybody. I'm Vladimir. So at the time of making this video, I am currently sitting at 499 subscribers. This means I'm one shy of my 500 goal, and I'm going to hit that. And I want to say thank you to all of you guys for watching my content and enjoying it and liking it. So that also tells me I'm going to definitely keep making content for you guys, and hopefully you guys keep enjoying it as I keep getting better at doing so. With that being said, today we're going to discuss the War Within and Warbands. So Warbands is a new feature coming in the new expansion for World of Warcraft, the War Within. Now, Warbands is a feature that is designed for the player who plays with many alts. I myself have a ton of alts. I have a max level class of every character. And I love leveling alts. And I enjoy having the versatility of playing many different characters. But there are some major quality of life changes that are coming that are going to make my life a lot easier when it comes to playing with alts. Let's get into it. So Warbands is a feature that's coming in the upcoming expansion, The War Within. And The War Within is really looked forward to by a lot of players because of the fact that Chris Metzen's back, and we love the direction that he originally took World of Warcraft. Now, Warbands are designed for players that play with alternate characters, alts. And the quality of life issues that are existing with alts right now, because of the fact that, say, for example, on your main character that you level up a reputation all the way to max, and then you want to level it all, but now you have to level that reputation all the way up. Bank accounts, sharing stuff between characters is a pain in the ass. All sorts of stuff like that. So Warbands is looking to address that quality of life situation when it comes to playing with alts and make it a lot more enjoyable. If you notice on the screen right now, you have an image of 4 characters standing around a campfire. So this is a Warband image, and this is actually what the character select screens are going to look like. There is actually talk, I believe, where you're going to be able to earn or change the background for your Warband, and you can select favorite characters, up to 4, I believe, for your Warband character select screen, which is kind of a cool little feature, actually. So this is what the actual character select screen is going to look like. So at the top, you're going to have your shop, your menu, create character, your realms. On the right side, like before, you're going to have your characters, except you can actually minimize this so you can actually see the whole background. And then you only have your select 4 favorites displaying on around the Warband camp. There is talk about possibly having backgrounds that you can change or alter for this. So you select your 4 favorite characters, and they will be the ones on here. Now, excuse me. There is talk, I believe, of having these so that you can actually just double click on the characters, which is great. Now, one of the things that when they brought Warbands up in BlizzCon, they didn't really clarify as to how many characters are going to be allowed in the Warband or what's going to be encompassed in the Warband. That has actually been clarified, and I'm really grateful for them doing so. The new Warband system being introduced in the War Within will encompass all of the characters on a player's Battle.net account, as well as the items, collections, and progression they share. So what this means is that all of the characters on your account are going to be encompassed. Now, that being said, it's important to note that if you play characters on a EU region and characters on a American region, they will not be shared. Okay, if you play on a Korean region or Taiwan or wherever, different regions are not connected. So it's all characters within the region. So all characters within the regions of the Americas, that will be covered. All characters within the EU, that'll be covered. So that's important to know. Okay. Some of the things that are going to be included that are going to be shared are specifically new reputation renown tracks are going to be Warband wide. A new Warband bank will allow you to easily store and share items between your characters. Now, the big one, though, for a lot of players is this one here. And I know I would have loved this when I was farming my Thunder Fury. The ability to collect most item appearances with any character in your Warband, regardless of their ability to equip the gear. So this means you're going to be able to collect transmogs for all of your characters using one character, which is fantastic. That is something that should have happened a long, long, long time ago. So these are the goals that they have laid out for the Warbands. Okay, so number 1 goal is obviously make playing alternate characters easier and more enjoyable. This is kind of self-explanatory. Switch between characters without falling behind. This is something that should have been done a long time ago, but either way, so when you play a different alt character, a lot of times players would fall behind because of the fact that again, you have to level up the reputation. You have to go earn this. You have to unlock this, whatever the case may be. So this will actually make that so that's not an issue anymore, which is great. Acknowledge the player behind the screen. So basically, what they're saying is they want to celebrate your accomplishments within your warband, not only on your character. So you can carry those accomplishments. So that's kind of actually saying the same thing as switching characters without falling behind. So basically, it's staying that it's about you, the player, not the character specifically, which is great. And then clarify which aspects of the game are account-wide versus character-specific. It hasn't always been clear in which parts of the game apply to your characters versus your account. We've taken this opportunity to clarify the differences in the UI, as well as replacing the term with the account and warband throughout the game. That one I'm kind of really not sure about because of the fact that I don't know about you, but I was able to understand account-wide versus soulbound. I don't know really what they're going with that, but either way. So that's apparently their goals. So now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty of what's actually being converted. So I'm going to read this for you here. One of the major undertakings of Warbands is to convert aspects of the game which are currently character-specific to become Warband account-wide. This conversion process is being developed to run automatically upon your first login after the War Within pre-expansion patch goes live. This means players won't need to log into each character for the conversion. There may be some wait time for the system to process your warband upon first login, however. Please be patient as this occurs. It does involve processing a lot of data. Now, okay, that I understand 100%. It may take some time for that to happen. Whether or not that's going to create issues, I don't know. Blizzard hasn't always had the strongest card when it comes to launches. We'll see what happens. But it's still a major feature that's going to encompass all of the characters on a character's account or a player's account. So that is a lot of data to process. And so I absolutely understand there is going to be some delays with that. It is going to take some time when you first log in to get that done because it needs to go through your entire account and figure out what needs to be converted and so forth like that. Okay. Now, going in, Warband-wide reputation. So reputation is the biggest thing that a lot of people are focusing on. This is one of the major things because of the fact that it sucks having one character at max reputation and one character that's at one. I'll tell you right now, I'll grind it for one reward or whatever the case may be for one of my main characters or something really specific, and then I won't touch it again because of the fact that it's just a waste of time. For me, because of the fact that I'm not going to sit there and level up to level 20 renown on every single one of my alts. Do you have any idea how much time that would take? It would just be absolutely ridiculous and make the game completely unenjoyable, which at times it has been. So this is a feature that I'm really looking forward to having happen. So now, the way they're going to do this is when you have Warband reputation, any progress you make on one character will be shared through all of your characters. Rewards will also be unlocked for all characters. Although this form, although the form this takes will vary per reward, Warband-wide rewards will be granted only once, while some rewards will remain character-specific and need to be collected on each character. Now, once reputation is converted to Warband-wide, reputation progress will display as the furthest on any character on your account has achieved. So what this is saying is that if you have a character that has made level 20 renown, all of your characters will share that level 20 renown. All right. What they're going to do is basically put your reputation level or renown level at the max one of the highest character. Okay. Because if they did it cumulatively with all of your characters, that would just like create huge jumps in reputation, and people who are new would never even have a chance to even compare to them because these people would be so far ahead. Like it'd be max on everything. Now, if you're one of those players that have grinded out all of the reputation on one of your characters, then all of your characters are going to share that reputation. Okay, so here's a full list of converted reputations for the Dragonflight or from Dragonflight, Dragonscale, Maruk, Iskara, Valdakan Accord, Loam, Nifin, and Dream Wardens. All of those have been converted. And the standard ones are going to be Rathian and Sabalan, Cobalt Assembly, Artisans Consortium, excuse me, Azerothian Archives, and Sword Army. Now, a few reputations they did not opt to convert, and these are going to be the Winterpelt Furlbog and Glimmerog Racer, and those were due to not fitting with the fantasy of those reputations. Winterpelt Furlbog, has a language learning concept to it, or component to it. So you actually have to kind of learn the language. I remember the quest line, I've done it. So there's some reputations that won't be shared, and for good reason. And I understand that because there's quest chains involved with them or something like that. You have to unlock, whatever the case may be. That's something different. Okay. When it comes to future conversions of reputations, the current plan is to work backward into older expansions. This is one thing that a lot of people are looking for. Converting many old reputations over time. This is a time-consuming effort, will take a while to implement. Understandable. Similar to reputations within Dragonflight, there will also be a limited number that won't be converted. Usually this is because it doesn't make sense for a fantasy perspective because it involves a character-specific choice. For example, Aldor and Scryer in the Burning Crusade. Makes absolute sense. Okay. Now, first-time quest rewards. Part of the Warband reputation implementation is in satisfying the goal that players with many alts don't have an intrinsic advantage over those who focus their playtime on a single character. To accomplish this, we are introducing a new concept within the quest rewards. Players can earn a bonus quest reward for any quest completed for the first time in their Warband. An additional different bonus will... That doesn't really make sense. An additional different bonus can be... Yeah, they didn't write this very well, this line. An additional different bonus can be granted for completing a quest additional times. So this is first time rewards for completing the quest over and over. So if you log on to one, you're not going to get the same massive reward that you get on every single character, which is understandable. So the most common way that we anticipate granting this bonus in the War Within quest is when rewarding Warband reputation. Specifically, we plan for the quest to only give reputation as a first-time completion bonus. Makes sense? On additional completions of the same quest, on all its players will earn as bonus reward currency similar to Dragon Isle supplies instead of reputation. This currency will be freely transferable across the Warband and can be used to purchase various Warband level rewards such as cosmetics, mounts, and pets. All right, that makes sense. So many players pick a human character because of the fact that they have one passive, and it's called Diplomacy. Diplomacy gives reputation gains of 10% increase. Okay, this is actually being removed. They're going to be changing this, and they're going to change it into something new because they don't want players to feel that they have to play this specific character in order to benefit and get the advantage in that. So that is going to be changing. Diplomacy will be removed, and we will get information on it on a later date. Don't know what's going to happen with that. Earning achievements for your Warband. Achievements have always had an account-wide component to them. Some achievements, those with blue shade, are fully account-wide. Progress on these is shared across characters, and completion is for the entire World of Warcraft account. There's always been character-specific achievements in which progress and completion of these achievements is per character. These achievements show as complete if the character on the account has completed them. Often the rewards earned are also character-specific. In the past, we've displayed your account-wide achievement point total in some places, like at the top of your achievement pane, but only your character total in others, like guilds. With the introduction of Warbands, we want all achievements to be considered Warband achievements, so you, the player, accomplish them. You should not feel like you need to complete them all on one character or not. So, given this, they're eliminating the concept of a character-based achievement score, and from now on, a total Warband achievement score will be tracked and displayed instead, which is cool. Okay, I like that. And so going down the list, there's actually quite a bit of changes going into the achievement section. Whether it's character achievements, whether it's raid achievements, whether it's faction achievements, where you had to level up one faction all the way to Exalted and then level the opposing faction all the way to Exalted. Many changes are coming to some of those, and some of them are not changing in certain ways. So I will be leaving a link down below for everybody to look, and you can look this part up because, like I said, there is actually quite a bit of information here that is going to affect how the achievements work. So check that out, okay? So if you have characters that have unlocked some flight points and other characters that haven't, all of your flight points are going to be actually shared for your warband. Preserving map exploration is an interesting subject to consider. While we worked through how we wanted warband system to work initially, a plan was in place to convert map exploration to something available account-wide. After further reflection, we decided it was better to preserve map exploration as it is. Not only can it be fun to reveal new parts of a map, but it also provides experience that help you keep track of the areas you've already explored. For those of you who may not be interested in re-exploring every map, they're adding a new toy, and it's the Warband map to everywhere all at once toy, which is awesome. I actually kind of look forward to that. So they're saying there's going to be no currency confusion. Like map exploration, it was decided to handle currency a little differently. Rather than making it fully Warband wide, which they could create potential confusion, we opted to make it easier to transfer currency between characters in your warband instead. This will help avoid confusion over spending the wrong currency type on the wrong character. With this new flow, instead of relying on buying a special item and mailing it to an alt, you can directly transfer any shareable currency from other characters to the one you are currently playing with the currency within the currency user interface. So some of these are actually shareable, some of them are not, and you'll be able to actually transfer them directly over to a different character through a little currency tab, which is kind of cool. All right, so items and gear and Warband Bank. So they're adding a variety of improvements to items and gear to make managing and collecting more convenient and alternate character friendly. So you will now have a Warband Bank, and with the Warband Bank, you will have tabs. Now, the first, I think, 4 or 5 are reasonably priced. There's one issue I have saw with this, is the last tab. The last tab of the Warband Bank is 2.5 million gold, which is absolutely ludicrous in my opinion. And in my opinion, it's just a way for them to try and push the WoW token, which is something I'm not really impressed with. But needless to say, that is what it is. So the Warband Bank can be accessed to bankers throughout the game. It'll provide up to 5 tabs. So it's the 5th tab that's 2.5 million gold currently. That may change with 98 available inventory slots each. Each tab can be purchased for an increasing amount of gold. These tabs can be customized with an icon, kind of like the Guild Vault. So any non-soulbound items can go in there. Bank will allow you to deposit and manually withdraw gold across your characters. So you'll have a gold bank or gold system in there as well. One limitation worth noting, like Pat Battles, players who play multiple characters simultaneously on multiple World of Warcraft accounts. So those that run trains or like multi-boxing, only the one that logs in first will actually be able to get into the bank. Finally, it's worth mentioning that they would like to update the UI and functionality of the character level to bank to also use tabs like the Warband Bank. While this won't be done at the launch of War Within, they are planning to come soon after. When this change occurs, bags will no longer be needed in the character bank. It's intended that this change won't alter the number of slots currently available in your bank. It will just shift those slots from bags to tabs. All right, gear. Warbound until equipped. All right, so Warbound until equipped is a new type of gear binding that they're introducing in the War Within. Gear is Warbound until equipped. It can be freely traded across your Warband, but becomes soulbound once it's equipped by a character. So you can't just put on a piece of gear, wear it from one character, and then pass it to another. Makes sense. I don't really think I need to go into a lot about this. I think pretty much everybody who's played World of Warcraft up to this point really have an idea of how this works. They're still working on more of the design details, but the current plan is to have Warband until equipped gear available within raids, dungeons, and the new Delves feature. Whenever you earn loot, you'll have a small bonus chance to gain an additional piece of Warband until equipped gear. Woo gear, I'm going to call it woo. as personal loot. This gear will be at least one lower tier than the other loot from the source. Currently a full upgrade track lower. Hero, champion. Could be gear usable by any class. Simply by playing, you will occasionally collect gear single tier lower than your current gear, which could be sent to help an alternate character for even use as a new class if you're meaning to try. Okay? All right. So for the transmog part, all right. So there's some positive changes here where basically in the War Within, your character can collect any item appearance regardless of whether or not they can equip it or not, which is great. However, there is still the hindrance of class-specific appearances are an exception and will be collectible only by the specific classes. This means tier gear. This means pieces of gear with set tokens. Which is annoying because you still have to run the same stuff over and over and over and over again with different characters. This doesn't benefit anybody. Overall, it's intended that this restriction has little influence on the ability to collect the majority of the transmogs that you want for your warband. Completely disagree with that statement. But it is what it is. It is important to know that these changes only affect your ability to collect the appearances. Existing rules on which characters can use any given appearance are not changing. For example, a priest getting a plate helm drop will unlock the appearance, but you can't use it. It's that simple. All right. They're also making it easier to collect appearances from unbound items. You will no longer need to equip them in order to add to your collection. Anytime you destroy them via disenchanting, deleting, selling, etc., you automatically collect the appearance. There is also a new flow to directly collect the appearance from buying an equip gear that you cannot equip by converting it to Warbound until equipped instead. Existing gear in your character level bank or bag inventory will automatically add to your transmog collection when you first log into the character. To account for these changes, we are making a slight adjustment on how rolling gear in raids with group loot works. Any gear that drops with a transmog appearance that you haven't collected with the transmog option for a roll on it rather than the greed option. When rolling for transmog gear that drops that can be equipped by your current character will get a higher rolling priority. Okay, so if you can actually equip it, then you'll get a higher rolling priority. All right, and so this next part discusses actually this character select screen, which I actually kind of already touched base with this for you guys. So only the characters that on the account that you're on, you'll be able to see around the campfire or on the character hanging out screen or whatever. You'll be able to select the 4 favorites at first. For the launch of War Within, you'll be able to only assign the 4 characters, like I said. But they are working, like I said, working on building more of these scenes for you to collect in the future, though. They're excited about earning more of these scenes as we play through the expansion, and I hope you will be too. Final updates to the character screen. To make it easier to decide which character to play at any given moment, we've added a bit more information about each character during the character select screen. So you have more information on when you hover over them. So you'll know what their professions are, the mythic ratings, arena, gold, so forth like that. And so that, guys and gals, is the entire Warband system. It's a feature that is basically just being brought in. There's a lot of changes that are probably going to be coming with it. It's a really great feature. I think it's heading in the right direction. There's still work to be done, obviously, but overall, it is a definitely huge bonus to the quality of life. Anyhow, thanks for watching, guys. If you stuck it out this long, please make sure you do like and subscribe. Hit that notification button. That way you never miss a video. And until next time, guys, keep gaming.